Hi, it's Brian here at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. Check out this bad boy which has landed with us. This is a 2018 Honda Civic 1.5 turbo, 182 horsepower, 7-speed CVT gearbox. Really cool car actually. This is what's called the S design model. It is super cool looking. Anyway, if you want information on this car, 086 843 1945, call, text, WhatsApp, whatever suits. We are a family run business. Sorry, 086 843 1945. Maxall, Honda, Hyundai, Mercedes, all on the site here in Kildare, and then there's branches in Naas and Carlow and Tullamore. So if you're looking at a really nice car like this, there is going to be an after sales service because it's a family run business in operation for almost 70 years. Anyway, let's have a look at this really damn cool car. So this car actually used to belong to Honda Ireland, which is the main importer for Honda cars in the country. And this car is now for sale at a discounted price, as you can see on our site. It's a pretty rare car actually because it's a 7-speed automatic, whereas a lot of the ones that you'll see advertised in dealers for sale are usually going to be manual 1 litres, and the fact that this is a 1.5 with 182 horsepower just rounds it off so nicely. The car's in really nice condition throughout, but then again it is a 2018 car, so you'd expect that overall. So let's have a look at some of the specific features on it. But before we do, let's just have one more quick look. I think these Generation 10 Honda Civics are so aggressive looking. It's like what Honda used to be years ago. I remember when I was younger, everyone wanted to drive a Honda Civic, and I think we're back into that again. It's such a nice aggressive looking car. When you see it coming towards you, it's so cool and distinctive. And similarly, when you're on the road, if you drive up behind one, it's such a distinctive shape with those nice LED lights, and especially in this guy's in the 1.5 with the 2 pipes out through the back. It's such a distinctive looking car, really aggressive. So let's have a better look around this car. The first thing as we walk up to the back of the car is, which we already talked about, these really cool exhausts. They don't make a massive amount of sound, but it's just a nice little hum, so when you start the car you know you're in something that's kind of special. 1.5s always have this nice black spoiler work on the bottom of the bumper, which moves up along through here, and then similarly over here on the other side as well. Parking sensors are standard across the back of this car, and then as we talked about, it's difficult to see because it is so sunny this evening, but there's some lovely LED tail lights down the back of these Civics, so it looks really well overall. In terms of the rear of the car, there is a spoiler along here for airflow. There's a top spoiler as well, so this one is black to stay with the black tinted rear window. This one here is colour coded, so you've actually got 2 spoilers down the back of the car. They look really well, but they're actually functional as well. The rear windows are also tinted on the car, and because it's a 1.5, it's all black work around it, so there's no chrome or anything like that, and I think that actually goes really well with the black along the back, black wheels, black around the windows. All comes together very nicely. Anyway, in terms of the inside of the boot, it is really good in the hatchback. So this generation of hatchback, they've done some clever thinking, so that actually, well, they always do, but that moves across like so, and then you've actually got a really easy area to put stuff into. And what I found was actually you can pile stuff up in the boot, just as you'd expect. The condition of this car is absolutely perfect, but it is a 1.8 car. But what I found is you can put all your stuff in the back, pull that across, and if you've got something awkward, you still have kind of space, so it's kind of flexible actually overall. And then in terms of safety, or for protection from crime, you have this area up here as well, so basically when that closes onto that, nobody can see into the back. Now there is obviously tinted rear windows in the car as well, so that is a big help overall. In terms of the rear of the car, you've got child locks back through here, there is electrics for rear window, speaker and tweeter, so you've got quite a good stereo overall. In terms of the rear seats, we got Isofix. I've got Isofix over there, and then after that I have 3-point safety belts, so everyone's got 3-point protection. I've got 3 head restraints up high, and then after that I got a kangaroo storage area over here in the rear, and after that then condition, as you'd expect in this car, is absolutely perfect. The roof line is black up through here as well, so it looks quite nice and sporty. And in terms of size, you'll get 3 adults across the back of this car, no problem at all. This is me in terms of height, so that's working on about 6 foot. And then after that, in terms of legroom, I've actually got loads of space back through here as well. So quite good if you're, I suppose, using 5 people or bringing 5 people, including the driver, in a car, no problem at all. Quite good that way, so they are overall. So let's have a look up front. Because remember, I suppose there is, yes, more practical cars out there in the market, but this car is quite sporty overall with the rear, so it's not designed to be an everyday 5 people carrier car. But it is doable for the times that you do need to. But for a lot of people that buy these cars, they're going to spend a lot of the time, maybe 1-2 people in the car, maybe 3 overall, and occasionally 5. So it's well capable, that's kind of what I'm saying. Anyway, in terms of specification of what we have in front of us here, over here we can see that the car will have front and rear electrics with electric folding mirrors. After that then we have tweeter in through here and another speaker. Over here we will have things like parking sensors which operate front and rear. Lane change warning, so it warns you if you drift out of your lane. These wash the front headlamps, and this is your autonomous braking, so it basically tries to stop you crashing into the back of something under 32 kilometers an hour by applying the brakes if you don't. Wipers are automated, headlights are automated, and the cool thing about the headlamps is, you'll see in a sec, they're LED. But to give you an idea, so I know it's not ideal, but if you can see the outline of the car over here on this side and the other side, these are the daytime running lights that are on the car normally. Apologies, you need an extra person to do this, but it's only me. Anyway, the first thing is, if we go for the dipped headlights, we can see the way they're very quick, they turn on or off, they're LEDs. Second thing is, if I go to fulls, they continue on as LEDs in through here, and similarly down low, my little fog lights over here and here are also LEDs. So they're really good. Actually, the headlights on these cars are really good at night time. And they look pretty damn good too. So if you look along here, there is a LED front fog lamp. As we saw already, inside in here we have our LED full light and LED dip light, LED indicator all the way across. So it gives it that nice European classy kind of look. These side markers I also think are quite stylish down the side of the car. They just give it that sort of distinctive look overall. Keeping with what we've seen so far on the back of the car, down the side there is a side skirt all the way through here in black. These wheels are a diamond cut finish, so you'll see the way they're nice and shiny and reflective overall, and again they complement that skirt down the back and onto the rear of the car. If we move around through the front, the idea of the black skirt is still along through here, and then the front section along through there complements that nice big chunky grille on the front. But I love the front lights on these cars. They're so aggressive, so modern and classy looking overall, so really, really nice. What's really cool about this car though is in here. This car runs the 182 horsepower VTEC turbo setup. It's a really damn good engine overall, this car. So in terms of acceleration, you're probably looking at just under 8 seconds, 7.9 to get up to 100 kilometers an hour. The car will return in the region of 6 to 6.5 litres per 100 kilometers, which is damn good for 182 horsepower. It's 280 euros a year for road tax. And this particular car right here also has the 7-speed automatic gearbox as well, which is a really nice gearbox. The gearbox is pretty simple and straightforward. So you got park, you got reverse. Over along here we got neutral, we got drive, and we got a sport mode. But you don't have to do anything in terms of left, right. It's literally slide back and forward and just pinching it using that along there. So very simple to use. And then for sporty driving, I have my paddle, so I can go down the gears, or similarly on the right hand side I can go up the gears as well. And then over here it's going to tell me what gear I'm actually in. In terms of acceleration, check this out. Just a little road down the back of the garage here. I just want to get the car straightened up and pull out. So we floored the car. So let's try that again. Just coming back down the road now again. So I'm going to select drive 1, that's second, into first. I'm going to floor the car again. This is great crack. Second gear. But it's so seamless because the turbo never gets a chance to lose out. So I guess what I'm saying to you is, you're driving along and basically what's happening is that the turbocharge is continuously turning. So if you go into a manual car, you go to next gear, the turbocharger basically probably momentarily stops spinning and it has to kind of spool up again. In the likes of these CVT gearboxes, it's continuously turning. So when you go kind of into second gear, the lag isn't there like it is in a manual car, so it's actually really good. The acceleration, I'd say, is almost, and I must check it actually, I think it's, well, it's definitely going to be very similar, but I think it might actually be a shade better than it is in the manual. Anyway, the car is such a nice car. I just actually drove drove back up the front from the rear of the garage and just through the petrol station, and just watching people, they always turn their heads looking at these cars, so they're really, really, I suppose, eye-catching and impressive to look at. Again, you'll see that if you come look at one and try one, you can drive through our petrol station and you can see people's reactions for yourself. Anyway, continuing on in terms of the inside of the car, I'm just going to get out of this horrible, horrible sun. I will get down into an area here that's a little bit more shaded, not a lot, but it might help overall. So into this side area at the garage here. Right, okay, so in the centre, we've seen the gearbox. Climate controls, these are the usual stuff, different temperatures on each side of the car, fine, fair enough, and it's all touch and swipe and all that kind of stuff, grand. After that then, I can go back in home, I can turn off my climate, back into my home screen. Okay, yes, it is my fault if I crash the car, in other words. Okay, so in through there, we have navigation in through here, which is going to be Garmin. After that then we have smartphone connection if we want to link up things like Android Auto or Apple CarPlay to have Google Maps and basically Siri and internet and all that kind of stuff. AHA, which is internet radio, general phone for Bluetooth and audio in through there. After that down here I have USB connectors and HDMI and all that kind of stuff over there, which is a little bit awkward, I'm not going to lie to you, not the best place they could have put it, but it is there. And then we have another USB connector over here in this armrest that slides backwards and forwards. Bluetooth is in through here. We have our information screen in through there. Lovely things like the turbocharger, how it's performing, average fuel efficiency, speed, current speed zones, phone, radio, all that kind of stuff, information in through there. So nice graphic display. Fuel and temperature over through here. Then we have controls for cruise control, and we can also set how far we want to be behind the car ahead of us. And we've also got our lane change warning then, which is going to basically try and keep us within the white lines. So we've got a warning over here, which warns if we're drifting out of lane, and we have an assist, which is actively trying to keep you within those lines after that. Wipers are automated, headlights are automated, but also when you meet traffic, they dip. When you go back into a country area, they go back into the full beams by themselves. Overall, without boring you to death, if you've managed to stay and watch that whole video, I really appreciate it. This is a fabulous car. I am such a big fan of these 1.5 Civics. I think they're seriously good value for money for what you're getting, and it's cool because you're getting something that's not, I suppose, without being specific, there's millions of Golfs and Focuses and all that kind of stuff on the road. This car is giving you loads of specification, and it's a little bit different as well. I think it looks really, really nice as well, so it does. So again, there's some people out there that are going to think I am a complete moron and I'm completely wrong, but I don't know. We're getting the calls here. There's people coming looking at these cars and they really like it and they agree, I think, with what we're saying, so there's got to be some truth in it. These are a damn nice car. If you want something that's different, fun, nice to drive, well equipped, but it's not basically everywhere. If you don't want to be a sheep, sorry to anyone that's driving the popular cars, but these I think are in a league of their own, and they're great value for what they are as well. That car, brand new, is even at that. She is just under 32 grand, 31,800 euros. This one is serious value because it was owned by Honda in Dublin that import all the cars, so we put a big discount on the car now. And remember, there is going to be a manufacturer's warranty on the car, so that'll run until 2021, and there'll be AA cover until 2021. Oops. And then after that, sorry, in case that was basically me trying to move the car without releasing the handbrake, that's all. After that then, if you have a trade-in, no matter what car you have, we can trade that car in. Any car at all, give me a shout, no problem, I'll make you an offer for it. And also, if you want to finance a car like this, which let's face it, most people do these days, when they buy a car they need some sort of finance package, so we deal with all the major lenders, so I'll be quite happy to go through that with you. Hopefully this car is of interest. Hopefully you don't think I'm an idiot and you agree with me. These are a damn fine car. If you want information on this particular car, please do give me a call, or any of the Civics, 086 843 1945. I think someone's going to get some great value on this car because there's a big discount on it, owned by the people that import the Hondas into the country, so you'll know the condition is good. Hopefully the car's of interest. Thanks for taking time to watch. 086 843 1945. Call, text or WhatsApp, whatever suits you. Look forward to talking to you.